Hey guys, good morning. So it's Saturday, my weekend finally. I posted a couple of days ago a video on a idea for triple circuit brakes on the Deuce and a Half, and I've already gotten a lot of comments. Which I mean, you guys are smart, so other people have other ideas, and that's awesome. Um, I'm putting some more thought into it, and you know, one guy commented that that is kind of the way commercial trucks used to be years ago, and they did away with that because if you lose your air, well, you lose all your brakes, and that's absolutely true. So if you did it the way I'm talking about, yes, you will eliminate the possibility of losing all your brakes to a single hydraulic failure, but you replace that with the possibility of losing all your brakes to a single air system failure. So, I mean, there is that, but in my experience, the air system is a lot less likely to fail and bleed off all your air on the Deuce and a Half. It just doesn't seem to ever happen in the case with our trucks. Not that it can't, but it's not a thing. It's whereas the hydraulic system failing is very, very common on Deuces. Um, Now there is another way you can do it that doesn't change the entire system, but it does use the same concept. If you want to still have a triple circuit brake system, but retain the functionality, I guess is the way I'd put it. I don't know. I can't think of a better way to put that. What you can do is leave your front brakes stock. Leave your the lines and all the way they are. Leave your single circuit brake master cylinder intact. Leave your single air pack intact. But remove entirely the line to the rear brakes, the hydraulic line to the rear brakes. Put your M105 type uh, master cylinder and brake air can from the 105 or M1061A1 trailers that they both use. I'm sure there's other trailers that used them as well. Like my M750 cargo trailer also used that same master cylinder and air can. Put one of those on each of your rear axles and run the air cans off of the service line from your air pack that is already existing that runs down the rail to the back of the truck. So that way your air pack is still actuating the rear brakes and the front brakes, but the air pack is the only thing hydraulically actuating the front brakes, and you have two separate circuits for each rear axle that are being actuated by the air from the air pack. So yeah, that's just another way to split it up into three instead of one. Um, and I mean, it eliminates the losing all your air and then losing all your brakes thing, and it also eliminates losing all your brakes just from one single circuit hydraulic thing failure. Unless of course you lose a front wheel cylinder. um, yeah, then you lose all your fluid, and the air pack won't work to actuate the back brakes because there's no fluid in it. So it's kind of pick your poison. There's always a way for brakes to fail. Even on modern cars with dual circuit brakes, you can lose all your brakes if the master cylinder goes out. So it's what is more to your liking? What are you more afraid of losing? What are you more confident in your workmanship being able to accomplish safely and reliably? There's always more than one way to skin a cat. It's just another idea. I don't know what I will do as far as it comes to that. You could also, somebody else mentioned just swapping in all three axles from a 5-ton with air brakes. Yeah, you can do that. It's a lot of fab work. You've got to change all your brackets and your dog bone ends and figure all that out. And the axles are bigger. The front axle, the differentials on the opposite side, So you've got to spin the axle around, change your steering knuckles from side to side, and then turn your differential around to get it on the proper side. But that can be done. And then, you know, you're running 10 lug rims and 5-ton stuff. But you can't really fit 1420s. You can still go with 395s on 5-ton rims. But that's a good way to convert the whole thing to full air brakes, modern type air brakes, and that would be super safe. That's probably would be the best option as far as safety goes. But for most of us, you know, we want to stick with our original axles and hubs and all that stuff. I don't, and I don't even know about the width, wheel end to wheel end, about 2.5-ton axles versus 5-ton. I don't know what the difference is there, if there even is much. But yeah, that's another thing you could look into if you want. You can still get 5-ton axles pretty cheap. But I mean, the goal is to keep the truck on the road safely, and make it more safe if you can, because these things are only getting older, and even the parts you can get are getting older. How many times can you rebuild something like a master cylinder before it's not safe anymore? So you know, it's all of our responsibility, not only to ourselves but to others around us, to keep our trucks safe if we're going to put it on the road. So that's just, I'm just throwing out ideas here how I can maybe help you guys make your truck safer for yourself and others. Now, as I explained, there is give and take. There's always a way for something to fail. That's the inherent thing with mechanical devices. There's always something that can break or fail, and that's never going to change. It just depends on how you build it and your quality of workmanship if you change something. Originally, the brakes are not very safe on these trucks. Even if you do keep them well maintained, there's still always the possibility that, you know, you've got a part that just isn't up to snuff. It doesn't want to stand up, or, you know, something breaks, you know, brake shoe anchor breaks because it's 50 years old, and the shoe decides to cut loose and run around in the drum and knock your wheel cylinder off. And you know, it might be all brand new shoes and wheel cylinder and all that, and you did everything right, but it doesn't matter because that anchor decided to break off, and you've lost all your brakes then because it took your wheel cylinder off the backing plate. So it's just, the least you can do is split up your single circuit system into a dual or a triple circuit system. How you want to go about that, I've given you a couple of different ways to do it now. Not that you have to, but just why not? Why not? You know, as much work and time and money as we put into these trucks, you know, aside from the safety factor for other people on the road, why not give yourself every chance to be safe and keep your investment from being a crushed pile of crap? So, yeah, I hope maybe this helped clarify and open up a couple more possibilities as an addendum to my last video. But have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you later.